Abby, fifth wheel camper. Wanted to come to you and explain a little bit about the cover design of the book because it is very significant and thought out. There's a reason why there's a chalkboard, why the front cover has ABCs 1, 2, 3s in simple shapes, and why the back has some complex physics. If you've purchased the book, you know that that's there. If not, you can find it on Amazon, order yourself one and look a little closer. So, basic understanding, kindergarten to college. I'm comparing marriage to the maturity levels of school. I was working in a school. My husband and I have been married 23 years. I was in a 5th grade classroom one day watching the 5th graders interact with each other. And I said to myself, wow, these 5th graders remind me a lot of my marriage. And then I was in a kindergarten classroom and I thought, these kindergartners remind me a lot of my marriage. And then an info dump just downloaded and I went home and started writing like a crazy person. This book was published in 2020. It took me about 3.5 years to 4 years to write. So the cover. In the beginning of your relationship, there's some basic things that you want to start to apply to make your relationship flow and to set a good foundation for the future. Marriage is very complicated. Relationships are complicated. The points that I make in the book are that they're complicated because the relationship we have with ourselves is complicated first. And when we change us, we make room for the other person to start to change. Instead of pointing fingers, but doing our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and finding the faults in us and our own learning curves, we become more advanced through the grades in the relationships we have with ourselves, and that will also improve the other relationships we have. And I give an example in here of every single grade, kindergarten through college. Physics, very complicated, but also very simple. Maybe you've heard it said that a very complicated concept, if it can be explained simply, it's because the person teaching that concept really understands it. The way that I look at physics, and I have read a couple physics books, is that it has to do with the physical world around us. Everything is matter. Everything that is tangible is matter. Our human bodies are made of matter, and we are above and supreme to other beings, meaning animals and creatures in the ocean, because our matter has a soul, and a soul never dies. So our matter matters. This book goes into so much depth into why we are the reason our marriages and our relationships are complicated. So ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and simple shapes to physics, calculations. Get the book. It's on Amazon.com. Growing into a Mature Marriage from Kindergarten to College. I'm the author, Delise Collins. The reason my name is spelt in kindergarten bright colored font and the C is backwards is because in the beginning of our relationships, in the beginning of our life, we need a lot of bright, shiny things to keep us paying attention to the teacher. And we may write a letter backwards because we're still learning how to communicate and how to write. And then by the time we mature, things become clear. This is a bold font that has an outline around it because our life as we become more mature has outlines and guardrails that we learn to put up around our relationship with ourselves so that then our marriage and our other relationship can have the appropriate boundaries and guardrails. I could go on all night, but I don't want to make this video an hour long. Welcome to the New Camper RV, where we will be teaching you how to camp, enjoy off-grid life. Some people may consider this cheating because this is also parked outside of an actual house. Doesn't matter if you want to do this on the side and live in an apartment or home, or if you want to live in one of these full-time. We have so much information to share with you about making your relationship with yourself better, so that your relationship with others can be better, so that you can have a thriving and blessed marriage and get out and see the country that you live in and eventually the world. I am Delise Collins. Remember, the mature marriage was once a sloppy, hot mess. We all have to start somewhere. So don't be down on yourself. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Fogged up my glasses.